What's up, brick builders? Today's build is the Millennium Falcon. This is set number 911607-1. Year it came out was 2016, age group 5+, and it's got a piece count of 42. Yay! Hello folks, Sean from BRIT'N Bricks. Welcome to another build video, and it's another Millennium Falcon. What is this? This is our 9th one, I think. Yeah, I think this is our 9th mini version of Millennium Falcon, and again it's in a different variation of the way it's been built. This was actually the first Lego set that was given away with the Lego Star Wars magazine, issue number 1, 2016. Wow. A pretty superb little model, 42 pieces, that's not too bad. Some pretty cool pieces as well. Let's dive in and build it, shall we? Right, so we don't have instructions per se. Got a video of how it's been built, so I will be building it alongside that video. Hopefully I've muted the sound, so you shouldn't hear too much of the sound. But we're going to start off with this 6x6 really cool plate, 6x6 circular plate in light bluish grey, and we're going to take a 1x6 light bluish grey plate, and we're going to go one stud down and put it across, and it's going to go across in the middle there. Well, I say in the middle, it's level with the circumference of the circular plate. Right, next stage is the escape pods, and they're going to be these dark bluish grey Technic bricks with a hole in the middle. The hole is for these blue pins here, and you're going to poke pin through. Nice click. We're going to do 2 of these because these go on each side, and we're going to put on top of that pin a circular 1x1 light bluish grey tile on each of those pins like that. And then we're going to put, so this is going to be the front end of the Falcon, so we're going to put them on each side with the tile facing out like that and like that. Next we want the engines. So the engines, we're going to take these lantern bricks. You got 4, I think it's 4 lantern bricks with this set. Yep, there's 4 there, and then there's the multi-stud bricks as well, which are really handy. But we're going to take 2 of these, and we're going to put them on the end, on the back end, studs like that. Oops, like that. And then we're going to put a 1x2 trans light blue tile straight across those 2 like that. Next is the multi-brick, and it's going to be these corners here. So we're going to take one of these, and we're going to put some mini mountings on. We're going to put say this is the top here. We're going to put, or the back, so we're going to put a mini mounting sloping to the right, so it's going sloping down to the right on the back end there, and then on the right hand side we're going to put these trans light blue mini mountings, and that's also going to slope in towards that corner there. That's one. So we want to mirror image that. So the way to do that is we take the next one, and we're going to put, hope I get this right, it's going to go on the front this time, and it's going to slope towards the right. And then we want the trans light blue, and we're going to pop that in there, and that's going to slope in towards me. Now then, this one is going to go into this side here. So you're continuing the sublight engine curve like There you go. And then these mini mountains here just kind of give it that little bit of a curve, or continue the curve around, trying to make the shape of the Falcon as good as you possibly can. Next is the cockpit. So the cockpit is going to sit on this side here, because this is the front here, so the cockpit's always on the right hand side. And it's going to be this plate special here with the thick band, and you've got these two studs, one on each side. We're going to put on the back of it, so I'm going to hold it like that. This is going to be the back. Another mini mountain, and you want it sloping that way. So you've got the thickest end, or the widest end, at the back here near the plate, and then the thinnest end at the top end here. And then you're going to pop that onto the end stud here, like so. And you can see what that mini mountain is doing. It's trying to bring a nice seamless edge to bring out the cockpit. And then we're going to put the trans brown, no, don't have too many of these, trans brown cone with the ridge on the end, and we're going to just pop that on the other side, and that is the cockpit done. The next part is the front prongs. So these ones have lights on them. They're not got active lights, but you know, they're supposed to be the lights. And we're going to take not the 2x4s. Going to put those aside. It's 2x3s, and we want a 1x3 dark bluish grey plate, and we want to put this on the bottom. If you want to call this the bottom here, and this is the top, because the angled plate goes up and it's thinner at the top there. So right at the bottom there, the last two studs like that, because you want this one for the light. We're going to use trans clear 1x1 circular plate. I'll pop that on there like so, and we're going to mirror image that for the other side. There we go. And then they just drop into place around here like that. And this one, nice and snug in there like that. And you're starting to see the shape of the Falcon now. So now we're going to put our angled plates 2x4 on top of these like that. And that gives us the prongs with lights on the ends there, which is a nice little bit of attention to detail, to be fair. I've seen it in one more build. I know it's in the much larger one, but we're starting to get quite a nice bit of detail as these models progress through the piece count. So now we're going to do the front end, and the front end we're going to use our lantern bricks, pop them on like that, so they're like that, and then we're going to put our grate plate, dark bluish grey, straight across those two studs like that, and that just gives a little bit of detail on the inside in between the prongs. Next we're going to add the second 6x6 circular plate, and you're just going to try and match that up with that like that. There we go. Very nice. It's quite a thick build for the Falcon. You know, in respect of the scale of the cockpit and such, it is quite a thick, chunky build. Now we're going to do the laser cannons. So the laser cannons, we're going to use the Tile Special circular 2x2 dark bluish grey. It's going to go right in dead center of that 6x6. There we go. And we'll put the cannons on top. We're going to put we want to levitate, pardon me. We want to elevate this, because the cannon, it does sit on there quite nicely, but we're going to elevate it with a 1x1 square plate. And then we're going to put these binoculars on there like that, and that kind of lifts it up a little bit. Now we want the radar dish, or the deflector dish, shall I say. Deflector dish. We've got a 1x1 open stud, light bluish grey plate, and it's going to go on the very end on the side there, just in front of the escape hatch. And then we're going to put one of these like kind of like a minifigure fire hose attachment type thing, and on the front, on the big stud, we're going to put a 2x2 light bluish grey dish, and that is your deflector dish. So this is old school Falcon because it's not got this the rectangular deflector dish. There we go, there's our deflector dish in place. It is quite big for the scale of this, I have to say. It does look a little bit out of place. And then all we're going to do is put the exhaust ports for the engine with these circular dark bluish grey plates, and we're going to put 2 on the back there, 1, 2, and then we're just going to come in on the side there, 1, 2, and there is our rather chunky looking Millennium Falcon. I mean, it still looks good. It's got its moments, especially with the lights here. The whole design with the prongs here is very, very cool. The cockpit still looks a little bit too small because of the thickness of the build. It's kind of nice how they managed to get this curve or continue this curve here, but this kind of sticks out a little bit. Sink it in a little might have worked. So instead of using the multi-stud, they could have used 3-stud or 2-stud even, because you're only using 2 studs on the sides. So yeah, and then you would have been able to have pushed that in, and it would have probably lined up a bit more smoother than that. As for elevating the gun here, I don't think that was needed, to be fair. This is starting to look very micro fighter-ish, you know, with the how chunky it is. And this deflector dish here, that's a bit that's a bit of a no, in my opinion. You got some fantastic parts with this set though, so I wouldn't turn the set down if I was going for part hunting. It's got a lot of decent pieces in there. These angle plates are always used in many different builds. So are the tiles, the 6x6 circular plates, brilliant, and this rather cool and rare in my collection. I don't know if it's actually rare, but rare in my collection, the trans dark brown cone. It's got some detail. It's out of scale, but it's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. And because it's a solid, chunky build, it is very swooshy. There's nothing going to fall off this yet, unless you drop it. Then you might lose the deflector dish and the guns. But yeah, pretty cool still, nonetheless. I mean, cool angle that. As you can see, that deflector dish really does look out of place, and so do those guns. So it's getting there. It's getting there. I wouldn't say that this is the best one. We've done one much better than this. That still is my favorite one. But yeah, you know, first Lego set with the Lego magazine, I would be tempted and I would be interested in buying it just for this. It is still a pretty cool model. Not the best though. Folks, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see some more content like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share amongst your friends, family and anybody else who you think would be interested in this kind of content. Also, put your notifications on to all, because there is another magazine review coming up. Ooh, what is it? Yeah, find out. I'm Sean from BRIT'N. Peace.